Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Nitro all night, We rock, we rock.
Okay.
We rock, we rock.
With who?
We rock with the flop.
With who?
We rock with the flop.
Okay.
We rock,
We rock.
we rock,
I said we rock.
we rock,
We rock.
we rock,
We rock.
we rock.
If anyone thinks it's another, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. It's not easy being a podcaster. It's not, especially when you have certain conditions. It's not easy, ladies and gentlemen, when you have certain conditions. But I always make it happen, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm the greatest wrestling podcaster of all time. That's what I do. Yeah. No one can be better than me. No one.
You're doing a great impression of somebody, but I don't know who.
I've been doing this for a long time. I'm the best that ever did it. Gonna be 500 episodes in soon. 500 episodes, yeah. But no one knows. No one knows how I do it. No one understands how I do it. But I'm the greatest of it. I got tested as the best wrestling mind in the history. In all of history, they said they'd never seen anyone with such wrestling skills and the ability to absorb wrestling and be able to share it with the masses. It's never been done before.
You're scaring me.
Now that I got that on my system. Crown Jewel, ladies and gentlemen. We're touching down with Crown here with our boy Homer Mike. Check out their episode History and Headlocks coming out this week. This week you guys talked about pay-per-views and the wacky, weird names and themes that goes with it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you really, really had to like pinpoint a pay-per-view that matched fully its theme, what would be the ones for you?
Oh Jesus! Aside from the main five, I'll say Canadian Stampede comes to mind because they were in Canada. They honored all the Canadians. They had the stage setup where it was just like the stupid in your house stage with, but with a bunch of farm stuff. So it's still fit. I mean, I don't know. It's rare because like when you think of like SummerSlam, you see the beach themes or like the movie theater type thing.
Right.
The biggest blockbuster of the summer, the biggest party of the summer.
I'm thinking for me, I think I would. I gotta say AEW's Double or Nothing with the casino chips and all that stuff.
That's true.
That was actually a really good one for me as well.
Yeah.
I was a fan of that. That seemed to make more sense with everybody else's stuff that was going on.
It is unfortunate that AEW now falls under the big thing of let's just do big screens and that's it.
Is that what they're doing?
Well, the other tunnel, the AEW pay-per-view steps have been the same for the past couple of months. I mean, it's the two tunnels and that's it.
Yeah. In the episode,
I don't know if they want to be just be simple or they're saving money. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like that they're cutting corners these days, right?
Yeah, because like we said with WWE, it's just a big screen.
I wonder what's that about. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe somebody doesn't have as much money as they say they do. Hi, Sal. So, Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Usually not a fan of the Crown Jewels because, the whole blood money thing and all that. This is why CM Punk didn't pull up. This is why he wasn't there.
You think he's not gonna do one?
Him?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think as much as they can, if he's healthy and they ask for him?
No, he's not gonna do it. The only reason why Sammy and Kevin didn't do it was Sammy because of his issues with
Background.
in the background and such, and how they felt about his country and such, and now those relations are getting
I mean,
better.
John Cena pulled out once, and Daniel Bryan did as well.
Right. Kevin supported Sammy. That's why he didn't go. And Punk made some real derogatory comments about that whole.
He told Miz one time to suck a blood covered dick.
I wonder how that relationship's going. I hope
They're on the same show. I hope they'll get together. I hope they'll get well together.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean,
because he's such a cancer to the locker room.
I know, right?
He doesn't get along with everybody.
Hello. So
Who you say hello to? Are we live?
You know, just non sequitur I just threw out there, just like
oh.
So Crown Jewel, and usually those shows either those shows as well. They didn't really have any substance. It was always, hey, let's throw random people up there. Let's just put random matches together. Let's get the greatest 50 wrestling Royal Rumble ever going on. Like,
right.
the fuck, like shit.
I will say for this show, it did feel kind of weird when the performers were out there doing their matches. The crowd was very quiet for a lot of it. Some of them were not even looking at the damn match that they were sitting in front of, and I don't know, it just felt like one of those weird shows. Being like everybody tried their damn best. We'll go one by one, but this one where I felt like the crowd was very off. It
really? Because
it was telling for me.
I don't know, because on what I was getting was the whole
best crowd ever.
No, but they for people who I don't think would speak the language, they sure enough was singing the shit out of these songs. We'll get to it.
I don't know if that sounds racist or.
I mean, they're from another country. How would they freaking? Not a lot of them would speak English. They would speak their language. You know.
I mean, we'll get into it.
Right. So, leading off the night was the Bloodline versus Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and I need my own intro main event. Jay.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jay didn't get the memo about what the outfits was.
Yeah, it was blood. It was. I was gonna say blood, but it was like red and black.
Right, that was
and he had blue, pink, and white.
But well, I guess he did.
I mean, he wants to be his own man. I get it, but it's also like you send so much the fuck out. Like Batista levels of bullshit over here.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey Randy, we're gonna go out in black. All right, Hunter, we're gonna go out there in black. Batista, oh no.
The CM just forgot to tell you.
What? This doesn't look good. Did you not see the color, brother?
It's my last fucking night, brother.
It's like, oh, matter of fact, I do have blue. You see my blue tea stuff.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, Jay comes out on his own.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about this. So this match was pretty much made in the middle of the week.
Yeah, but I don't think
did they rush the 6-man tag idea?
I don't think so. I think the writing was on the wall to start getting this all together, because remember, Survivor Series is just 3 weeks away. So
4 weeks. They have plenty of weeks. They have enough time.
Yeah, but also you remember that a lot of them was doing pre-recordings, and then they're coming back, and it's a lot of moving parts for it.
And
now they have to remember, now they have to bring in Sammy for this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and which we saw during this match. So there's a lot of moving parts for this Bloodline storyline.
In the last couple of weeks, when they filmed a lot of the stuff, like they filmed SmackDown before Raw, and Raw was filmed before SmackDown. Like you would have segments where Jay and Jimmy are having tension with each other. The next show, they're both smiling at each other like nothing happened, like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and it
was very awkward timing. A lot of this.
It's very old school, out of sequence. They haven't done that in such a long time. Like it's very classic recording style. But in any case,
is Roman really a babyface at this point?
I don't know. I guess after he said yeet, he's a babyface. I guess.
This feels like so unearned. Like he came back at SummerSlam, he beat up Solo, and then did the whole weird tag match with Cody at Bad Blood, and now it's like we're supposed to cheer for him.
I mean, he's already cheered.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like it's not.
He's already loved.
But I think like what people were missing for him was that acknowledgement of saying like, listen, I know I was a bit of a twat the last couple of years. I was a bit of a dickhead to not only to some people
Oh, you taking
outside
the
my family.
piss.
Yeah, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I get it, but
Because then you had that weird thing in the backstage with Roman with Jay. He goes, "I'm proud of you," and then like Jay loses his title, and then it's like, "Oh, now I'm gonna be with you."
I think it's more of the getting the redemption story back on Roman to climb back to the top. So he has to be more humbled, if anything.
Now, when he gets back to the top, what would you say the goal for him is? To get the belt back, or for him to overcome The Rock?
Or to get the Ulafala, to get the chili pepper necklace.
Gives a fuck about that at this point.
Hey, it's a whole lot of pride, just like a Puerto Rican flag. There's a whole lot of pride in that Ulafala.
So was the bracelet that had Larry and AJ's name on it.
Listen, there's a lot of symbolism, right?
I know.
There's a lot of symbolism going on there.
So that going into this, and then I also looked at this match. I said, why don't we just get the combination of Jacob Fatu and the Girls of Destiny? Why is it always Solo, Jacob, and a Tongan?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I really thought that, unless I don't know,
They have no trust.
Maybe
Tonga Low and
no. I think Loa's injured. Maybe
I can't wait for him to work War Games then. Seriously,
maybe that's what they're prepping him for. Then right?
I guess. But he was in gear. He was like, fucking whatever.
But yeah, I thought that would have been better. Or even if you're just gonna have Solo in there, let's have Solo and the two brothers.
Have two out there
and just Jacob outside. Yeah,
if the refs stand, have Jacob run in, kill everybody. And
yeah. For me, match was pretty decent. We had your spots.
The teasing tension between Jay and Roman. Like Jay was not willing to tag in Roman at the beginning, and just him tagging his brother. Right?
Was it shocking that Roman took the pin for this one?
Yes, and then I was also shocked at how bad they almost botched the finish.
Right
when Roman hit the Superman punch, it was 1, 2, 3. Break the pin up. Let's all keep going.
Yeah,
that was ooh.
Yeah, it was, ooh. We cut a little bit close there.
Jimmy, you were taking some time off. Like you couldn't work on your speed.
That and that referee bump. By the way, that referee, I'm sorry, but he looks like he's seen some better days. He looks older than I would imagine.
Was that the one that had his hair slicked all the way back?
Yeah. I'm like
some Tony Soprano wannabe ass.
I have to say that the Sammy Papan was cool. We didn't
with the finish. We had Fatu. He hit like a Samoan neck breaker, but it was definitely like a Samoan DDT,
right?
Because it was like it's all Samoans at this point. And then Solo hit 2 Samoan spikes and got the clean win.
Yeah,
as clean as it could be as possible over Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
and then the crowd went dead. The crowd just went silent, like nothing, like no cheers, no boos. It was like, oh.
I could imagine that they thought that Roman was going to win.
You know, there's nothing quite like that moment, but it was almost like the Undertaker lost a streak moment. Like come on, that's not the finish, is it?
That was a boo boo, right? They didn't mean to do that shit, right? That wasn't meant to happen, right?
That's the thing. So a grown adult wrestler fan going,
that
was a boo boo, right?
Y'all fucking with me, right? Nah, yeah, he fucking won. You kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Take it no more. Settle the score. That's my shit.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
I go
when you fought to him.
Yeah, I go when I go to handle a crisis at work, or doesn't matter. I'm going to the unit.
Take it at all. So basically they beating up all the OG bloodline, and then the honorary Uso made a surprise appearance,
and everybody was believing that Sammy was going to line himself with.
That was a good tease for like a week and a half, half a week.
And then
you know what? Like we talk about, we have 4 weeks to build this up. You need something to build. You got to make some television.
Well, then, you got to get that. You also got to start building the team because it's 5 members for the.
No,
it's 4. It's 4 for the.
It'll be 4-4.
4-4, right?
Unless Hikuleo shows up on 1 week and then it's like, now we need a 5th for Roman's team.
That's what I'm saying.
Who the hell will it be?
That's what I'm saying. So like,
can't be Kevin because Kevin has his own thing.
But isn't it usually 5-on-5?
They change it every year. I mean, remember that 1 year in NXT it was like 3 teams of 3?
Right. So
Not bad War Games, but it was also weird too. But
yeah. So
Sammy came out, him and Jay. Well, he saved Jay because Solo's about to kill him, and then turns on Solo, beats up Jacob and the Tongans. Blah 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 blah. Solo's in the middle of the ring, and then we had a weird collision between Roman trying to hit him with the Superman punch to Solo, and Sammy with the Hoover kick to Solo, and then Solo just bent down, and they both Roman and Sammy both hit each other,
right.
and then Roman pretty much. I see what they were going for with the camera angle. They did the whole Cody thing where he lost to WrestleMania 39. They did the same thing to Roman. Like Roman had that face, like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right.
Like I lost to a loser. Got kicked in the face by Sammy.
Listen, we still got to build the tension, and then there's the drama that Jimmy still doesn't trust Sammy. We're back at that again. So this is what I'm saying. There's someone wasn't feeling Uzi once again.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, that was pretty much the height of the Bloodline stuff.
Right.
But yeah.
But other than that, man, it was an opening card.
I get why they had Solo pin Roman, but for a month I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Jacob and the Tongas just go on their own and Solo. Fuck. I think there's too much of Solo. That's the problem.
Really?
There's too much Solo, and I'm not convinced of this badass.
Next up, we get the
put the hat on and maybe dance like his dad. Never mind. So a 4-women tag match for the women's tag team titles: Bianca and Jade against Damage Control against Metal 4 and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
By the way, are you like shocked at how Metal 4 is coming together and they're actually like getting a following?
Yes. I mean, Lash Legend, remember, she was one of those women that popped up on NXT 2.0, like one of those like 500 people that got introduced at the same time.
Right.
And now you pair up with Jakara, who I think still needs to show us what she can do.
Mm-hmm.
But Lash Legend is strong as fuck. I was waiting for some type of strength spot with her and Jade, but they really didn't capitalize on that.
All they did was like a face-off was as a chop spot. And even
I will say this. When Jade was hitting forearms, Lash was like,
yeah,
those shits hit.
Yeah, those are some Amazon women.
Lash is taller than Jade.
Was it like in fucking Deuce Bigelow? That's a huge bitch. That's some big sexy women. But taste the chocolate,
I know, like Lash Legend has like the records for bench lift. Like squat, I think it is in the PC, and she looks like a brick shit house.
Yeah, Nice.
Trick Williams is one lucky bastard.
Nice piece of chocolate. Listen, Trick, stop cooking in the kitchen with no shirt on. You look weird.
Oh yeah, I sent you that.
Yeah, you look weird. So you're not the
we're not about
the boyfriend from Baby Boy.
We're not about to start cooking your Willie. And he gives a look like what?
Yeah, shit. Oil be popping. You're gonna be burned. You ain't that ain't good. That's not a good look.
Anyway, back to the match. I felt bad for Kyrie and because they definitely tried to do some high spots, but they kept botching.
Yeah. I also thought the Chelsea Green spots was fucking she's hilarious.
She went to the middle rope. No, she went to the middle rope and said that's too high, and then went to the bottom rope and then just got knocked off.
She's
she's character perfect.
And she's gonna get over like soon. Like she's
not a job, everybody. There's a reason why she's doing these spots.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna make her way soon. And
wait till they bring the mid-card belts, people. She will be a first choice.
Who was it that took? Oh, it was Jade and Bianca that took that splash, that crossbody from fucking Piper. I was like, God damn, shit.
Yeah, they both. I was hoping because I know Lash and Bianca are strong. At least like Lash had a moment where she picked her up on her shoulder,
right?
Something with her.
I was like, man, I said, woof. But
I honestly did. For a moment I thought Lash and Jakara would win.
Yeah, I didn't think that Bianca and Jay were going to retain. And by the way, I'm not saying that she's amazing. I'm not saying that she's great, but slowly but surely she is getting it. Jade is slowly but surely getting it.
When you're in and she's getting like is progression,
right? Slowly but surely. So, the one thing that I see that she is learning how to do, especially when it comes to a bigger person, is she's starting to sell a little bit more. She looks good with that. But
I will say those chops from last year, I think those were legit.
No,
her like shit.
Yeah. So take it down a notch, girl. Take it down a notch.
But I think you could definitely see a difference with her, and here and then AEW, because in AEW it was a lot of spots. Let's go to the next spot. In WWE, it's a lot of spot, sell, let's work, and then move next thing.
Oh yeah, and also when I just noticed that when Kyrie, you talking about the high spots, when Kyrie did the insane elbow from the top to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a sick fucking elbow though, man.
That elbow is better than your boy Punk's.
Yeah, no lie.
Yeah,
But
then you have Io Sky. It's like those. It's with them too that they're in a weird spot where they got to be in a team just for the moment. But I did like the concept of this match, where it was at least one team from Raw, one team from SmackDown, one team from NXT, because technically these belts are supposed to be defended on all three. So at least they acknowledge the fact that the NXT women's tag teams want these stupid belts, regardless of how you feel about them. But I like that fact because there's also a chance for Lash and Jakar to show what they are. I don't think this is a main roster call, but I think they still need more time. And I think especially when you get Noam Dar and or Menso back from injury, at least for Noam Dar's case, because maybe on the main roster it could work.
Do you think that
with all four of them,
there's gonna be some kind of, you know how the women's title is ever flowing through all the promotions, that they're gonna have a male's title like that, maybe like a TV title or something like that? No, you don't think so?
No.
The
only thing I would see is that if they bring the NXT women's tag belts back,
because
maybe if they acknowledge on TV, like, listen, the women's do not come to the NXT all that often. Let's bring the NXT women's tag belts back.
Right. Next up, we had Seth Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed.
I was annoyed by the finish.
Probably. Well, okay. So before we get to that, the match itself, I loved it.
The story going into this was perfect. Bronson Reed was built as a fucking monster,
right? And he did not hold up anything. He gave Seth everything, and Seth took all that.
Right.
Seth did a lot of selling here, and I thought that it looked really good. That Bronson is just, like you said, he's a monster.
And it's so weird to see Seth do this light schedule. I think the last time we saw him before this was a referee at SummerSlam.
Right. Probably still nursing some injuries a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's still broken. I know he had an ankle injury that he took all the time off for WrestleMania so he could do the tag thing.
Right.
Then took time off and then came back and did a rematch with Priest. Then did the referee thing, and now he's doing this program with Bronson. But I thought going into this, Bronson has to win, because if Rollins beats him, because Bronson, the thing with him is he takes too many losses. So I thought a loss here would damage him, because like, you just did all this momentum, the 6 tsunamis. He took pretty much everybody out. Once he hits that tsunami, he took Braun Strowman out.
Right.
What more can this guy do?
No, I agree.
And then the curb stomp as a curb stomp, and then another one, and then he wins, but then he gets back up. He sells it, but it's also like, wait, you lost.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care now.
I agree. I'm in there as well, and I think that a loss to Bronson wouldn't help. It wouldn't hurt him. I think it's
Bronson
fine.
could do this more than Seth. Seth could take the loss, and you know what? Because we know where Seth and Punk is going.
But which led to the finish, which is like you said, you wasn't pleased about it. Did you think why it was a little bit too stagey on how it happened? It seemed like it was a little bit too positioned on how he got the chair outside.
It's like once he crawled in the ring. Oh, look, his head's prone. Right. Stop. He's in the middle of the ring. Stop. 1, 2, 3, and then it's like when Bronson got up after the words and just like was staring at him. I'm like, I don't care, dude.
Yeah,
you can't win.
I do like the little nuances of where when Bronson went to climb up for the tsunami, and Seth would roll out the ring knowing his positioning and stuff like that.
Like once he hit the first one and then went for the second one, it was like, okay, this is. I knew he was losing, because he went for one for too many,
right? But I did like the little.
And he doesn't jump like he used to. That's just a weird thing too. It's like, remember his old. Like, I don't know if it's because he gained more weight, because he used to do like a legit frog splash.
Right
now he just he just flies off the top rope.
Yeah, he does. Like he tries to sell those.
He just leans over. He just leans off. And you know what? I always say in the past, I'm not a worker. I never trained to be a wrestler, so I don't know like how his body would handle it. But you know what? It still is impressive to see a fucking 400-pound dude come off the top rope easily and not like, break his leg or anything on him.
That and the just how violent it looks when it happens.
Yeah.
You get that. You get
the selling of it too was like, oh, he hit the tsunami splash,
and we get blood. We got a little bit of blood. Just a little bit.
I think just from Bronson, right?
Yeah, got a little bit.
I was waiting for Seth to start like coughing up blood.
Got a little bit of from Bronson on right after the stop. Best part.
I think it was because he hit the stairs, right?
Yeah. But I also say that listen, he had to beat him with a super curb stomp. Is that in 2K?
Yeah. It's off the top rope.
Yeah, off the top rope. So
you can't fucking hit it for shit.
Yeah. So that was the one way he could take him down. But
Seth gets the win here. But it's like okay, next.
Yeah, but Seth gets the win here. But it was like almost like it didn't matter because Bronson got his ass back up.
Right.
And he was standing there like,
I'm not finished with you.
This ain't over.
It's like the Braun Strowman thing. When Braun kept losing to Roman, he kept coming back. He's like, I'm not finished with you. But that's what we need again. Another Braun thing.
Get over here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Next up, we get for the
not to spoil anything for Raw if anybody cares about it, but Bronson's not on the Raw after this show, or Drew McIntyre's not anywhere near it either. Not for nothing. Bronson should stay on Raw. I think Drew needs to go to SmackDown.
Maybe there's a trade happening.
Because once these shows go 3 hours, they need people to be on the shows.
Yeah, so maybe we might see a trade.
Hell, I'll see Drew. If anything, because I mention like a AJ Styles and OC for the American for the made people.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso eventually has to be traded over to. I think Sammy can stay on Raw. And Jay could go on SmackDown permanently. Switch him with LA Knight or something.
Yeah, please keep Sammy on Raw because I do not need to see another Kevin Owens Sammy.
Oh yeah, again. No,
we're not doing that again.
I do not need. Yeah, no. Can we go away from that for the longest
please
time? And then as far as like with Drew going to SmackDown, I have the perfect person to replace him on Raw. Ethan Page.
Okay.
I'll call Ethan Page up to Raw. Give him a chance in the mid card.
You sure? Because a lot of people are saying that Oba Femi going up that way.
I think it's too early. I think you have to wait a little longer for him. But you know what? I mean, I can see WWE definitely saying they definitely said fuck you to Odyssey Jones. I could see them saying fuck you to Omos next, and Oba Femi gets that big next call up.
Yeah, could be.
I mean, he did impressive shit in NXT, but I still think he needs some work down there.
Next up, we have for the women's crown jewel title, we have Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. And when I tell you this was a stinker, Definitely
because it was heel versus heel, but the fans decided to choose Liv as a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say it was funny when they showed Dominic Mysterio on the trailer, and people just went boo. It doesn't matter regardless. They boo him. Raquel Rodriguez made these things. So the whole story of the whole fucking match was, when is Tiffany Stratton going to cash in?
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't cash in. Even like after the match, so like Liv wins with the obligatory Dom distraction. Liv hits the Oblivion 1, 2, 3. By the way, I was shocked Liv actually won. I had Nia Jax winning this.
Yeah, I actually had it for both sides. I had it the other way. I had Nia winning and I had Gunther winning. Yeah, I was.
And like you'd have the King and the Queen win the crown jewel shits.
Yeah. So, that was okay. But yeah,
you forgot that the King and the Queen.
Yeah, Liv wins. Not very.
And they took their time with the celebrating, giving the bell, photos, fireworks, lift your arms up, fireworks. I was waiting for a Nia Jax to confront Tiffany thing, but I guess I'm going to wait till SmackDown for that.
Yeah.
Because during the whole match, Tiffany's like, let me do it. Let me cash in. But I think Nia's problem was, but they didn't tell a good job about this, was the fact that Nia wanted to win first and then have her cash in.
Okay.
Because if Tiffany cashed in, it would be like ruining the match.
Yeah.
There's also Corey Graves as the heel. He's like, Why the fuck is Nia Jax telling her to cash in? That's not her right. It's the Money in the Bank holder's right to choose when to cash in.
Yeah, I guess there had to be some kind of real explanation. Usually they're good at that too to cover that reasoning. I'm shocked that they didn't do that here. Yeah, I think I would probably want to walk around with that motherfucking crown jewel belt instead of the WWE belt. That shit is chunky as shit.
You'd rather have the crown jewel thing?
Yeah, that shit is huge, man. That shit says championship, bro.
Yeah, but that thing's probably heavier more than the fucking actual belt.
Shit, Liv looked like she was about to break her arm picking that shit up.
That whole belt covered her whole abdomen. You could barely see the Judgment Day logo on her bodysuit.
Next up,
by the way, the Judgment Day thing, the clock is ticking. How long are we gonna last on this fucking thing?
Well, we're waiting to see because now there's
Rhea's fucking out.
And Rhea's out. There's stories now that Carlito's gonna be kicked out. So
the only redeeming thing on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Even when he's making racist jokes, he's still the funniest fucking thing on this.
I don't know why they really took it wasn't that serious. He's a
my thing on that was my thing was like, don't write it then.
Not even they said it wasn't written. They said it was ad-lib, but even so, like he's supposed to be playing like a bungling idiot. So he would say something like that, and even the the women in questions weren't even offended.
The whole thing was for him to be like, "Oh, look, two hot Asian women. Let me speak their language so I can talk with them."
Right, and and he just automatically believes that, hey, who amongst us has not seen a person of Asian persuasion and thought that there was something else? I mean, come on.
I mean, Carlito should have looked out for Io Sky's husband, Evil.
I mean, come on,
because he's fucking evil.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the two. I mean, shit. I mean, there's a plethora of other ones. I mean, how many times I've run up into a Filipino and be like, "Hey, are you Filipino?" And they're like, "Yes, you can't tell I'm Filipino." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I get yelled at."
Sorry, this is the white person.
You know what? Let me not even finish that. No, let me leave that alone. Next up,
Kevin Owens and Randy went to a no contest.
And I thought this was the best way to play it out.
I think I was say this is the best match on the show.
But this was the best way to play it out. The fact that
you ever talk about Kevin Owens' new gear?
The new gear, Kevin came out wearing a cowboy pants and wearing a Cowboy Bob Orton fucking shirt
and an elbow pad.
Wow.
You know what? How would you interpret this character of Kevin? He says he's being betrayed by his friends. What did his friends do? Cody teams with Roman. How dare you?
Right.
But then in retaliation, he goes, "So I kicked the Golden Boy's ass in front of his boss. Now I can't be on TV because of that."
Right. And Randy trying to be the peacemaker, he gets hit with shrapnel as well.
I thought you were supposed to be my friend.
Now you talk about things happening fast. This is actually a storyline that happened fast as well.
Yeah.
But I think it
hasn't been like they haven't done anything with Cody and Kevin on TV. It's only been Kevin and Randy.
Right. I think why they're doing this is they're trying to fast track that to be a Randy versus Cody match coming down soon. That's what we're looking at. Which we're talking about trades. This is gonna be that Nick Aldis is not gonna want Kevin Owens on his show, so he's gonna probably get rid of him and probably send him to Raw. And since we saw what happened after that during this brouhaha with Pierce taking an RKO,
going into this, I was thinking have Randy win, which furthers Kevin Owens snapping. Then you have a thing where he beats up Randy, and then you get Kevin Owens suspended for a month, storyline wise. And that's Survivor Series, you do Cody and Randy for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So like that way you have Randy be like, "Listen, I beat him. You gave Kevin a title shot even though he didn't deserve it.
Right?
Can you do the same thing for me?" And then you have Randy, because they've always been having these segments where Randy is focusing on the belt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Randy Orton wants. He loves Cody, but at the end of the day, he wants the belt.
Yeah,
because I hate that we're waiting on The Rock. Like, oh, The Rock stopped playing for WrestleMania. Fuck off with that nonsense. He is playing for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't.
I would do the title match with Rock and Cody at the Rumble. And
that's what I said.
And then you have Roman screw him over, and then you have put Roman in the Rumble, and then The Rock screw him in there.
I told you, I already said what I believe is going to happen. I think Rock and Cody's at Rumble. The main event, the Mania match that's going to happen is
Cody and Randy, or Cody and Owens. I would go Cody and Owens and have Owens beat him for the belt.
Right. I really think what I really would want to see is Randy go into Mania with the title and go against John Cena, and Cena wins.
Cena wins the Rumble.
Cena wins the Rumble, goes into Mania,
Give us the first time ever at Mania these two ever faced off,
and he gets the 17th to get rid of that fucking Ric Flair shit out of the way, get it over with, get it done with.
Okay,
write that off. And then the match that you really want is Roman versus Rock,
yeah,
and it's full of Ula Fala.
Because we know that'll be the main event night too, regardless.
And Cody, and like I said, Cody doesn't need the belt going into Mania. He has other things that. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we start, smelling a heel turn one way or another long. You know what I'm saying?
This is where Reem's gonna take what I say next and use it against me, but it's gonna be the fact that yes, it's better when Cody's chasing.
Yes,
because I think when he holds the belt for this long,
yeah,
and he's beating everybody, it's a problem.
But it isn't. But it's not only him. It happens with everybody.
Right?
But every face that happens to, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if say Drew makes a drastic switch to SmackDown and wins the belt on night one, and then you have Cody chasing him. I mean, there's a story there between these two. These two have been the chosen ones, anointed the chosen ones, and that'd be something for WrestleMania,
right? But if you asked about the whole Kevin thing, I think although it's been fast tracked, I'm a big fan of this Kevin. He's showing his flexibility.
It's been a while since we've seen heel Owens
and emotional, a little bit more than usual.
Right.
Had grabbed with some levity. Triple H even helping him out with the whole,
Oh, they really tried convincing the fans of this. Like Kevin's a changed man. When you look into his eyes, there's nothing there.
Owens came in as a prize fighter, and now the closest thing he's ever been to having some kind of families with you guys and blah blah blah.
And he feels you turned your backs on him.
Yeah, I think that they're doing their damnedest to get that over.
They're trying.
Yeah, so
they pretty much had Randy do the whole long entrance where his song looped, and then the chair to the back of the knee.
Mm-hmm.
You had a stunner to a ref. You had Adam Pearce taking RKO, and then you have Kevin dive off the balcony through a table to Randy Orton. Yeah,
and then they go outside, and then had a dance party. What the fuck they did?
What? They were at WWE Experience hugging each other.
Right.
So I mean, Survivor Series again. I would hope like a no DQ type match for these two.
Yeah, something no
holds barred nonsense. No
holds barred.
The thing is, too, is like who'd you have win? Because you're both losing every match they've in on this year, and you need to put one over the other. Would Randy win just because the cause everyone's going more insane?
And would it also tie into the fact that that could help too, because it could be which will lead up to why
we also have Saturday night's main event too.
Why Cody would lose the title, and maybe because of Kevin Owens, and then we'll see that match again at WrestleMania. So
what if at Survivor Series? Here's the thing: they could do a triple threat and just put Cody in there, because remember, Cody says I want Kevin Owens too, because he's not right. He's asking from his bus,
right?
Triple threat for the belt. Have Cody lose the belt in that way. That way he doesn't get pinned.
Okay.
Kevin Owens wins it, or Randy Orton wins it.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could see that as well.
Me saying that out loud, I think I like that idea.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Because that way Cody could be like, he got too cocky and he said, you know what, I could go in there, help my friend Randy, mentor Randy, and get my revenge on Kevin. And then my mentor just fucked me, stole my title.
That, and you just see that Randy's like,
it's okay, I'll give you a rematch. Yeah. Wait, just let me celebrate first.
It's like, what is
number 15, buddy?
The student finally becomes a teacher kind of thing, and then realizes,
right?
Like, fuck that! I'm the fucking legend killer. What's wrong with you? You crazy?
Yeah.
Next up, we get the triple threat match for the United States Championship. I really thought this match was quicker than it is. They have it here for 9:10. I thought it was fast. I thought it was like a 5-6.
I thought it was half of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I closed my eyes for a quick second, and then I opened them. I saw LA Knight crotch himself trying to go on the top rope. And then I went back to sleep, and then I saw him do the finish to Carmelo and Andrade, which I thought was a really cool finish.
I thought so as well. I thought it was not for nothing.
The way because Carmelo was doing like this the Hurricanrana stuff and with Andrade turning around, and then I grabbed him by the head and then gave him both the BFT.
I thought that was great. I
didn't like he pinned Carmelo though. I think you should have just pinned Andrade. But I don't know.
I thought. By the way, I was a big fan of the series. I thought it
yeah, but then of course they do the bullshit 7.
Yeah, I know. But you know that's wrestling.
Yeah,
but I thought it showcased Carmelo and Andrade. I'm getting tired, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I thought it showcased them as pure talents. You know, a lot of people were like, oh, you know, Andrade's a fucking work. Stop it. That dude can fucking go. I don't care what none of y'all say.
Mm-hmm.
And Carmelo
he showed it in AEW that he still has it. He just needs to be motivated. He's definitely motivated here.
The other spot that I liked was when LA Knight did the double elbow from the top rope on Andrade and Carmelo. He did the double elbow. But yeah, like I said, I thought this match was shorter than it was. Believe that it was almost 10 minutes. It's crazy.
It was pretty much a simplified 3-way. In the death spot.
I'm wondering if
that's another one of those guys where good thing you won the belt from Logan, but now what?
Yeah, we got
no challengers now.
Yeah,
we pretty much killed 2 birds with one stone.
Yeah, who's on the? You know who I would actually like to see challenge for it?
Abel?
Montez Ford.
Yeah.
You
know what? Jacob Fatu. Fatu's there too.
Slow down. Let's.
But no, I see what you. I mean, I saw Montez's reaction when he goes like, "Not for nothing." When you bring in a lot of these newer guys, they start to forget the older guys.
Yeah.
Because remember, Montez had a singles thing in that chamber match, and then nothing happened.
But the other thing for me is too that you don't have to break up a tag team so a person has a single one. We saw it with fucking New Day. You don't have to do it.
Which, by the way, as you say that, they are going to decide to split them up.
That's why Obafemi's coming.
That's why Omos is coming back.
That's why Omos is coming back too.
Once you put them two together, you're like, oh my god.
It's not even fair. It's like fucking Andre and fucking King Fatu. What was it? Haku? King Haku. It'd be like,
no, it's like if you put Andre and Giant Gonzalez together, you're like, oh Jesus God.
Ridiculous. And finally,
both of them can't lean.
We get for the Crown Jewel Championship, we got Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. This was for me
just a pure wrestling match.
Classic wrestling match.
Nothing wrong with it.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kicking It With the Keith. He hits me up. He's like, yo, Gunther's that dude. And I'm like, Gunther is like the Frankenstein version of the perfect wrestler.
Right.
Like you take pieces from any fucking classic wrestler and you put them all into one, and that's who you create. That's who he is.
Right.
He's not that menacing that you can't beat him, but he's also that fucking menacing that he could chop and beat your ass. Like
right.
He's not that. When he was bigger, it was more a little bit more like, oh shit. But now he's a little slimmer. Right. Now he's slimmed down. Right. He seems to be a little more vulnerable. You could get him in certain spots.
Right.
I think that and you know, you tend to forget Cody fucking is classically trained in fucking wrestling. Like
amateur wrestler too.
Yeah. And you saw it here.
I just think what a lot of people say, like, because SmackDown's been boring for the last couple of months. There's some people that don't like Gunther as the world champion. He's just too ordinary. There's nothing really special about him. People are like, oh, it's fucking the Nazi against Homelander. Like that's all they looked at this match as. But it's also like, this is the company's future. Like Gunther is their top heel. Like whoever you want to think about it, if it's gonna be Drew, if it's gonna be Jacob Fatu eventually, Braun Breaker, like you have those guys that are coming down the line, but Gunther is now. Like you need to do this now with Gunther. Cody Rhodes has been pegged as the golden boy since coming back, and you knew eventually they were going to have to do this match eventually because they had the 2 Rumble interactions where they even acknowledged that, which I like. That Gunther says he bested me twice.
And look, Cody has already made mention that he says,
if I can't beat Gunther, then that doesn't mean I'm the best.
And he's like, if his outside, he's looking at his target date of wrestling until like 45, and he's not too far away from that. So like
he's in the mid-30s, though, right?
Oh, he's gonna be 40. So you got to take in consideration. There's some guys that's on the come up that's gonna be needing those spots,
right?
And unfortunately, we're seeing wrestlers being released as such. We're thinning the herd, but that's just part of the business, and you got to make room to get room for some people.
It's just that right now, when you say thin the herd, which I agree they need to, it just seems like a lot of the people that they want to thin are on one show right now, in which you got to look at the Raw roster and say, okay, if we're not going to use them here, let's move them over to Friday, which would be easier for guys like Chad, Creed,
right.
Drew, because then you can fill them in those spots. I mean, Chad would be a perfect U.S. champion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Drew McIntyre would be your perfect Cody enemy.
But this is why you mentioned before that they need, if you really want to implement the sports thing, do trades
or just randomize it.
Yeah, just there's another thing. Man, I forgot
give me Drew and I'll let you pick the next 2 NXT call-ups.
I forgot I know we already said that the ranking system sucks because people don't really know how to fucking do it, and it just looks terrible.
And it doesn't fit when you're trying to make storylines,
right? But
if you had specific show rankings, maybe
there's a
here are your top 5 challenges for the WWE title. Here are your top 5 for the US title.
I forgot the way it's I forgot the name of it, but they do it like in soccer and such, where you're playing a league, and if your team doesn't do well, you get dropped down to like a minor league kind of thing, and you have to earn your way back there. So I think if there's a way that wrestling can do that, that it gives,
it has to be easy for the fans to follow along.
Right. If there's a way that
this person loses this, then he drops down few spots or has to go back to do this, blah blah blah.
Right. But nonetheless, with this match, like I said, it was a classic wrestling match.
I wouldn't say match of the year candidate. I wouldn't go that far. It was just a simple wrestling match with 2 excellent wrestlers.
With a great callback, because the callback was the
Brett and
Piper,
Austin and Piper thing,
right? And we get.
I don't know how I feel about this, but Gunther being heel, and then after these matches, he shakes the opponent's hand.
Well, he's the ring general, so
yeah, but he's also like that dick heel that telling Cody, stop mentioning your family. Your family doesn't mean anything in these stupid stories. Which I did appreciate in the storyline where Cody's like, I need to do this for my daughter. Like, first of all, they made this belt up 2 weeks ago, and you've had your daughter for how long now?
Yeah.
Like that's the part of the story, Cody's character where I'm like, okay, enough, buddy. You don't need to go that far.
Just say
if I beat Gunther, that just means that my legacy keeps building to where I want it to go. I must beat the world heavyweight champion in this.
Yeah, but then
and for Gunther too, he goes, if I beat the WWE champion, that means I'm better than him.
We're still going to sit there and figure out what happens after this run is over. Like, what are we gonna do with him? What is he gonna do? Go away for a little bit, come back, and then we figure it out. What's gonna be best for Cody down the line. As for Gunther, there's no unless he gets hurt.
He's going to Mania with the champion.
Yeah, he's gonna keep elevating. They're just gonna keep elevating.
The thing too is like aside from Roman Rock, Usos, Gorillas of Destiny, Fatu Solo, like those types of matches, everything is so up in the fucking air right now where it could be any mixture. Because I mean, I just saw a thing where Logan says he's not going to be at Mania this year. He's on father leave. So that match with him and John is out the window.
Paternity leave.
You have John Cena coming back for his final run. No telling if they're going to have him win the Rumble, do a title match, or just have a match with a young gun. I mean, because when you think about Cena too, there's a lot of matches you would want to see him. Like I was jotting names down, like him versus Braun Breaker, him versus Dominic Mysterio, him versus Logan Paul, him and Randy, him and Punk one last time. Like like those a lot of matches you got fit in a year span.
Yeah, we you got to start seeing how
And there's a lot of belts. Like I mean, like Damian Priest seems like a guy that's gonna be lost in the mix. Finn Balor, like a lot of those guys, like Bronson Reed, like God only knows what's gonna happen with a lot of these guys that they're trying to build up now, but by Mania time, it might not matter.
What are you talking about? He's gonna be great going after the speed title on X. It's gonna be
Kiss
awesome.
my ass.
It's gonna be awesome going
Kiss
for that.
my ass.
So on that note,
By the way, did Candice LeRae actually show up on SmackDown with the fucking speed belt on? And that was the first instance of that.
did I see her wear it?
It said on a name bar thing, women's speed champion, and she had the fucking belt on SmackDown television.
Oh, good, but that's what they should do.
Andrade can't do that though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they should do. They need to put eyes on the product. Shit, who the fuck else is really paying
By the way,
attention
this
to
week
that?
on the speed thing, Sheamus versus Braun Breaker.
Damn.
In the semifinal thing.
Damn.
And how long this match is? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Not for nothing. I need to see that.
Yeah. Damn. That actually might be a good one. But gonna wrap us up here.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't hold it any longer.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Gonna wrap us up here on Turnbuckle Tabloid. Homo Mike, make sure you check him out with Ariana Nata Grande on the next episode of History and Headlocks, where they discuss pay-per-views and their goofy titles and subject matter and themes and such like that. And also make sure you check us out on New York Wrestle Media. More content going down this week. Got much on the table. And also make sure you check us out on all the social media outlets for Turnbuckle Tabloid. Check us out on the YouTubers. Make sure you check us out on the podcast outlets, and also be sure you check us out on, of course, where you're listening to right now or where you're watching us now on the YouTubes and such like that. So, and on the TikTokers and all that. So, guys, don't go anywhere. Stick around. Much to talk about as always. And as always, check you guys in a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.